Welcome, PMPers, to everyone's favorite internet trivia game show, Test Your Knowledge. I am your host, Kyle the Big Unit Hoagland, and our contestants, as always, we have Josh Big Poppy Haddix.
Oh, God. I didn't sign on for this.
And Josh the Big...
What's going on?
So, obviously, the names I gave us today is baseball oriented, and the reason why is we just got done recording our baseball podcast, so we're a little late on the Test Your Knowledge. We usually try to put these out before we actually do the podcast, but since we got the baseball juices flowing, I figured this would be a good time as any to do it. For those of you that are keeping score, and obviously all of you are, Gilberg or Haddix is still yet to get a win on the board. He is at 0-2. Obviously on the other end of that coin, Kiser, Goldberg as we would like to call him, is sitting on a 2-game winning streak at 2-0. Haddix, how are you feeling about this topic? This is going to be baseball. Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling about as good as I did going into the other two.
Well, I mean, I guess the advantage here is that I think both of you will have roughly equal footing in the realm of baseball. Kiser definitely had an advantage over you in wrestling, so I think this could actually be your first win. So I'm feeling good about that. Kiser, what are your thoughts?
Who's next?
Oh my God, I should win right now.
I said point goes to Kiser.
I'm up 1-0 right now. No, point goes to me.
Oh, I say Kiser? My bad.
Yeah.
Point goes to Haddix.
That's that old school scoring right there.
That's right. This is a play where the points don't matter. What was that show again with Drew Carey?
Whose line is it anyway?
That's right.
That doesn't count as a point for you, huh?
The rules are made up and the points don't matter?
Yeah.
All right, so once again, 10 questions, most of which are multiple choice. I think only 2 of them on here are not good. There are good reasons why they are not, or else I would have done it. But I like these questions that the 2 that I didn't have as multiple choice. The last one is multiple points. That way it's anybody's game towards the end. So good luck to you guys. And here is question number 1. Which of the following Major League Baseball teams has never switched leagues? So between the American League and the National League, or the National League to the American League. Once again, give your answers as we usually do through Skype, and then we'll share the answers. So, is it A, the Milwaukee Brewers, B, Los Angeles Dodgers, C, the Houston Astros? Houston Astros, not the Houston. Jesus. So one of these teams has never moved. Please, need your answer.
I hope that's yes. Guys just answered that question in the group chat.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Oh my God. Okay, so if we're counting the point that Haddix was given as an honorary point, he would still be up 1-0 because both of those answers were incorrect.
I didn't know the answer, so I just answered what Kiser did.
So
all part of the strategy.
The answer here is the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I was going to pick them.
The Milwaukee Brewers have moved. They used to be in the American League, I believe. Were they in the Central? But they were definitely in the American League, and then swapped over to the National League. And I think then back to the American. No, they're back in the National League now. And the Houston Astros are the most recent team that has flip flopped.
Yeah,
they're now in
moved.
the American League. They were formerly.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking when they were the Brooklyn Dodgers, they were like.
Well, that's why I threw that in there. Just a little bit of a little wrench. But no, the Los Angeles the Dodgers themselves have been in the same league. So so no points on the first question. No big deal. We still got 2 questions left. And here's question number 2. How many games are in the regular season? Is it 160, 161, 162, or 163? This time not in the chat, in the group chat.
Sadly, I'm not 100% sure about.
You know what's funny about this is that we just got done recording our podcast, and Kiser said what it was on the podcast. Kiser, you said 162. That is correct. Haddix, you said 160. Things are not boding well for you, although The honorary point still puts it tied at 1-1. So I'm at this point, I think you're going to need that point. So
this time I sent you the message privately instead of broadcasting it to the group. So,
well, I think Haddix would have wished that you had put it in the group channel, so he would have just piggybacked. So score is 1-1. Once again, honorary point for Haddix. Here's question 3. So the Washington Nationals obviously have not always been the Washington Nationals. What former team were they before they became the Washington Nationals? Is it A, the Brooklyn Dodgers, B, the Baltimore Orioles, C, the Washington Senators, or D, the Montreal Expos? Once again, A, Brooklyn Dodgers, B, Baltimore Orioles, C, Washington Senators, D, Montreal Expos. Answers are in. Congratulations to both of you. That is correct. The answer, Montreal Expos. Congratulations. Score is now 2-2. I'm kind of surprised that Haddix, you knew that better than the 162 games in the season.
Dude, sadly, I knew that. Like I didn't even.
I was waiting for Haddix to pick the Senators on that one.
I was rooting for him to pick the Senators. All right, 2-2. Question number 4. What does WAR stand for? WAR, the acronym. Which, by the way, is an analytic term. Is it A, wins against record, B, walks against right-handers, B, God damn, I did it again, C, wins above replacement, or D, walk-off attempt rate? So once again, A, wins against record, B, walks against right-handers, C, wins above replacement, D, walk-off attempt rate. I will accept either the answer itself or the letter. Waiting for Kiser.
One more time on those, please.
So, wins against record, walks against right-handers, wins above replacement, walk-off attempt rate. Both of you guys said C, walks against. Oh no, you both said. You guys said C, wins above replacement, and that is correct. So, anybody, either one of you want to try and take a stab at what actually WAR means or what it's used for?
I don't even know what it's good for.
Damn it, that was a good one. I think damn it. If we weren't tied, I'd give you an honorary point.
I almost want to take away Haddix's honorary points. So no, so wins above replacement. It's because of it's almost like, think of like the QBR of baseball.
So fucking pointless.
So it's terrible.
It's a sabermetric thing where it's like a player's total contribution to their team in one statistic. So yeah, it's like a bunch of bullshit into one stat. But yeah, it's the closest thing to baseball to an all-inclusive stat. It means a bunch of things. I'm not going to get too much into it, but yeah, it's basically a stat that just combines everything. Players like Bryce Harper and like Miguel Cabrera have always been like the guys that have like a huge WAR rating, just because like they're like so important to their actual team. Whereas other teams that might have a lot of very good talent, maybe their WAR is not so high, just because of their actual contributions to wins. Might be a little different. So
I'm with you.
Score right now is 3-3, and we're getting to the halfway point here with question 5. Which of the following is not in the Baseball Hall of Fame as of this recording? Is it A, Roberto Alomar, B, Randy Johnson, the big unit, if you will, C, Dave Winfield, or D, Edgar Martinez? So the second baseman, Roberto Alomar, the 20,000-foot tall pitcher, Randy Johnson, the smooth right-handed bat of Dave Winfield, and the switch-hitting designated hitter, Edgar Martinez. Answers are in, And Kiser, you are correct with Edgar Martinez.
Total guess, I'm going to be honest.
Haddix, I believe Roberto Alomar was inducted 2 years ago.
So complete guess. I thought you were going to try to do something tricky. Fucking.
I mean, I decided to go with two guys from the Indians, even though I don't think Dave Winfield is being remembered as being an Indian very long. But no, Edgar Martinez, DHs are really tough to get into the Hall of Fame just in general. Just because I feel like baseball writers just shit on that position and overall. And he was probably one of the most efficient DHs of all time. But he was also during the steroid era. I think a lot of people thought that maybe he did do it. He's never been questioned to doing one, but anybody during that era, it's always been a really tough sell, especially being a DH. I don't even think Big Papi gets in. But once again,
he's gonna be the borderline one. I mean,
I think if he does get in, I think that opens the door for a guy like Edgar Martinez to one day get in.
Yeah, I could see that. Agree with that.
All right, so score now is 4-3 in favor of Kiser. Still close game, though. Question number 6. What is the oldest MLB team to never win a World Series? Not the longest time, not like the Chicago Cubs, who haven't won one since, I think, 2008. And that's 1908. A team that has never won the World Series, the oldest team. Is it A, the Texas Rangers, B, the Houston Astros, C, the Milwaukee Brewers, or D, the San Diego Padres? And I will say all four of those answers are very close to each other. So it's not like there's like a one that's like a clear answer. All right, answers are in. And you guys picked who I thought you guys would have if you weren't sure what it was, and that is the San Diego Padres. They've been around since 1969 without winning a title. The Milwaukee Brewers have been also around since 69 and have never won a title. The Houston Astros have been around since 62, and they've never won a World Series. So that goes to the Texas Rangers, who have been around since 1961. Without a World Series title.
Wow. I guess I thought both the Rangers and Astros had won one more recently.
Or ever.
That too.
In this case. So score is still 4-3 in favor of Kiser. Here is question number 7. What player has the most All-Star Game appearances? Is it A, Hank Aaron, B, Ted Williams, C, Willie Mays, D, Stan Musial? Or Stan the Man Musial. Once again, Hank Aaron, Ted Williams, Willie Mays, and not Willie Mays Hayes, Stan Musial. All right, 2 different answers, 2 wrong answers.
So complete guess on my part.
Good guesses, though. I mean, I picked guys also, once again, all of them are the top 4 on the list. Ted Williams is probably one of the most memorable All-Star Game players as far as stats go. Hank Aaron is the answer, by the way.
He seemed like the obvious choice, so I didn't go with him.
I believe he was 22 times an All-Star, which is being in the league for 22 years is impressive.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to think of as somebody who's been around a long time.
Yeah, I feel like Ted Williams probably would have gotten more, but I think in the middle of his career, he enlisted in the Army or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or Air Force or something. But yeah, he fought in a war and then came back and played again.
So you could say his war rating was pretty good then, right?
He had a pretty good war rating.
Hoagie with the host laugh.
It's so hard to be sarcastic on a podcast without seeing the face. Anyways, 4-3 still. Haddix, dude, I'm feeling good for you, man. I mean, you're keeping in it by being as wrong as Kiser is wrong.
Hey, man, that's how I live my life.
Just hopefully
being as wrong as Kiser.
Being as wrong as Kiser. Question number 8. What does WHIP stand for? That is WHIP. What does WHIP stand for? I am not giving you any multiple choice. You need to come up with it. WHIP. I'll even throw you guys a bone and just tell you right now, IP is innings pitched.
And that's the reason also why I had myself muted when I exclaimed that.
It's really tough to do whip with 4 different answers for baseball. WAR was a little bit easier. Whip is not so much. Got one answer in. Haddix, I'm looking forward to you just taking a stab at it. And damn, both of you with correct answers. The answer is walks/hits per inning pitched.
Haddix, would you have gotten that without his clue?
To be honest with you, the IP I was assuming was innings pitched.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool.
I was going. At first, I was thinking that H was hitters, and I was like, something hitters, innings pitched didn't make sense. I was like, oh, fucking walks, hits, innings pitched. What the fuck?
So did you seriously beautiful mind that shit and just like come up with?
I feel like I've heard that before. I mean, I feel like in the past I've heard that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like far fairly. It's not like it's not ERA common, but it's up there as one of the most talked about stats.
Yeah, it's like one of the least talked about stats, but it's actually one of the most accurate stats of how good of a pitcher you are. When people really talk about like people can have low ERAs and things like that. There's a lot of times where you can just get your ass kicked, but all your runs are not earned, so it doesn't really show up on the board. But being able to have a low, something like right around 1 for a whip is a very good stat to have. So good job to both of you. Score now is 5-4 in favor of Kiser. We are getting down to the last 2 questions. So question 9. Who was last year's American League MVP? American League, not National League. Is it A, Mike Trout, B, Miguel Cabrera, C, Salvador Perez, or D, Josh Donaldson? Once again, Mike Trout of the Angels, Miguel Cabrera of the Tigers, Salvador Perez of the Royals, or Josh Donaldson of the Blue Jays. Answers are in. Both of you guys picked 2 years ago MVP Mike Trout. So you guys are incorrect.
I'll tell you what, though, we're on the same page.
We are on the same page.
That's the same page of mediocrity. The correct answer is Josh Donaldson. That was when I said we talked about on the podcast about how the Athletics traded away their MVP. Well, he wasn't an MVP in Oakland. He was traded to the Blue Jays, where he ended up having an all-star season.
Yeah, I knew he was with the Blue Jays, but I didn't know he was the MVP.
All right, guys, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Everybody, I mean, thousands, maybe even the millions and millions of PMPers out there. Question number 10. Haddix is only trailing by 1 point. This is a multiple point question. What pitcher has the most Cy Young awards? I will give you a point for every Cy Young award the pitcher that you give me has won. And to put that into perspective here, I believe the most points you can get is 6. I think it's 6.
Oh my god.
I've got 2 names I'm debating between.
Cliff Lee. Seth Rollins.
Haddix I was just going to say, is this where you put Seth Rollins?
We got answers for both of you? All right, we do. So, Haddix, you put in Nolan Ryan.
I don't even know if he has any.
That was the other one I was debating between.
It's a good thing you didn't pick it, Kiser. Because unless he's won at least 1, he hasn't won 2. So I have to look at my list. Nolan Ryan's not even on my list because my list has people who have at least won 2.
Really? I kind of find that surprising.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, I'll take another look at it. But if he's won any, he may have won 1. Kiser, you put down Greg Maddux, who has won 4. The top list on that, we'll go 3 and up. Tom Seaver, Jim Palmer, Pedro Martinez, Sandy Koufax, and Clayton Kershaw have all won 3. Greg Maddux and Steve Carlton have won 4. Randy Johnson has 5. Roger Clemens at the top with 7.
I didn't even think about Clemens. I don't know why.
I'm going to say, man, there's a reason why he was juicing. Man, need to get some more Cy Youngs. So regardless of how many that Nolan Ryan has won, I'm going to assume he's at least gotten 1 Cy Young award. So really the final score,
actually, much like Seth Rollins, you might give him 1 point. But
I just give him 1 point.
He's never won one.
I'll find out later if
he's never won one.
Despite the 7 no-hitters, he never threw a perfect game, nor did he ever win a Cy Young.
Nolan Ryan's never won a Cy Young.
Yeah. There's a little bit of trivia for everybody out there.
On a trivia show, nonetheless, who would have thought?
Sadly, God damn it. I was thinking, he has to have, I honestly was thinking he has to have at least 2 when I put him as my fucking answer.
If I would have, if I was going into this, I knew at the very least Clayton Kershaw had 3. So I could have gone in and been like, all right, I at least got 3. I wouldn't have thought of Greg Maddux, although I don't know why I wouldn't have. That would have been.
I wouldn't have either.
I'm actually kind of proud of you, Kiser, for picking Maddux. I feel like that's like a forgotten name.
I'm mad I didn't pick Randy Johnson. Fucking good lord, Randy Johnson.
And the funniest part about that,
I didn't think he had that many.
As good as Randy Johnson was for the Mariners, he had only won 1 Cy Young for the Mariners. He won his other 4 with the Diamondbacks.
Wow, that is actually very surprising.
He actually won 4 in a row. 99, 2000, 2001, and 2002, he won the Cy Young. God damn.
It's impressive.
Shout.
So the final score of this is Haddix at 4, and Kiser, the big winner, with 8. I'm sorry, 9.
That's what I do.
So the Goldberg streak continues at 3-0. Gilbert, you just keep on trucking with your Roman candle at 0-3. So congratulations once again to Kiser. I'm afraid this is starting to get old with the wins, but at the same time, you gotta assert your dominance, and you're definitely doing that on the show where worthless knowledge is its power. It really is.
Yes, this whole thing is worthless.
So what?
Sorry.
You're killing my closer, man. God,
who's your closer?
So, from the home of Cliff Lee to the home of Tim Lincecum, both Cy Young winners, I am Hoagie. He's Haddix. Big winner, Kiser. We'll see you guys next time.
More like big wiener Kiser, right? I guess you could take that 2 ways.
Thanks.
He'll take that.